But like they've been talking to people down there, and the protesters are going like fucking nuts, right? Like screaming, "Get him out! Get him out!" And they were supposed to do some like huge demonstration today. Anyway, regardless of this speech, and like everyone down there is like, well, this is it. It's gonna be worse than we thought now. It's worse than we thought. Right? So yeah, Egypt is both.
Today people were hoping to hear, at least those protesters, whether you agree or disagree with them, they were hoping to hear that Hosni Mubarak was going to be stepping down.
I've been really trying to ignore this just because they always do this. And oh my God, it's the end of the world, and then they get bored of it and it disappears. But this like won't go away. It's like, this is the kind of thing they're going to be learning in history class in 20 years.
Essentially under the command of Mr. Sullivan and not knowing what to do right now. Carl Rove, the former senior advisor to President George Bush, with us right now.
Yeah, the Muslim Brotherhood. Why the Muslim Brotherhood? Anybody but them.
What is going to be a really key element in the next several days? How's the military going to respond to this? Mubarak, in essence, used his speech to attack President Obama implicitly.
Right.
President Suleiman used his speech to attack Al Jazeera, but neither one of them dealt with real concerns of the protest.
Well, that has to be true, right?
Transition to a new regime. And it puts the army, the military, in a bad place. How are they going to side with Suleiman? Are they going to strengthen Suleiman at the expense of Mubarak?
Dude literally rides a fucking camel to work.
Suleiman and Mubarak, are they going to be forced to bring in a new government or bring in a new government based on the military? I mean, we are likely to see in the days ahead some very tough decisions having to be made by the biggest, most important institution in society. You know, I don't want to compare apples and oranges. That's the same group family, if you will. Tiananmen Square comparison. Where protesters have been gathering over a couple of weeks, and then when the state shoved, the military responded.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We should get some camels in D&D. More camels!
Should go, and the president, Hosni Mubarak, has said that we cannot allow this chaos to continue. I think I got that wording right. And the military, from one or both of those guys, and not the protesters. They're in a
yeah, well, it is.
Well, I think it's unlikely that
we do like to complain.
Remember, it was the Tiananmen Square massacre. The military's right. And cleaned it out as a loss of an enormous loss of life. Yeah, but not before they were sitting there. They were sitting there for a while. I wonder what was pushing to this point. Well, except the military, a lot has changed since Tiananmen Square. Namely, look, that was largely...
Fringe has been awesome.
Everybody in that square has a cell phone capable of transmitting video and footage.
It's just that they're not... Okay, actually, they're getting... Okay, that's not really a spoiler. They're getting to the first one stuff. So you know, that's super cool. Like, I really dug. I'm not going to say anything, but I really dug the new one.
What do you think? You think that's likely? If I were betting man, yeah. Look, who knows? But if I were a betting man, the most
no shit.
I think is that the military.
You're gonna be back in town? You're gonna be back in town. That's cool.
I don't know whether that means they displace Suleiman or whether he is in essence surrounded by a military regime. But it is, I think it is unsustainable to be where Mubarak is. Mubarak did have a couple of things he tried to talk to the audience. We in America probably missed it, but for example, he rattled off a list of parts of the Constitution that he wanted to amend. The most onerous was the first one he mentioned. I think it's Article 76, which literally says that the way you run for president of Egypt is you have to get 2/3 of the vote of the parliament in order to be on the ballot. If you don't get 2/3 of the vote, you get a majority of the vote and you get on the ballot. So in essence, one person gets on the ballot, and that's who you vote for.
It's not like they screwed you in that situation before.
I hear you are going to do things, and we're going to change the Constitution. But this cannot be, both of these speeches have to be deeply unsatisfying to the people on the square, and more importantly, the tens of millions of Egyptians who thought they were on the brink of a change in the regime, removal of Mubarak from power, and a chance for democracy. Mr. Rove, thank you very much for Carl Rove. All right, video permit Ashley Webster in Cairo. Ashley, I imagine a lot of this ain't going down too well with those folks. A lot of angry people out there right now.
Cool.
We were in the square literally just 20 minutes ago. That sense of excitement, anticipation was building. Could this be the moment for history that we have toppled Hosni Mubarak? And then the speech came and shocked.
Yeah, that's cool. You haven't lived in town since you were like 19 or 20, yo.
And I think probably one of the most disappointing evenings that they
Damn. How could it have been 11 years since you lived in town?
Across the country.
How are we still friends after 11 years if you live in somewhere else?
Basically walking out on their job.
Yeah, that's probably
that was the thing that brought Mubarak to make his announcement tonight. As it turns out, he did not quit. The biggest concern, Neil, that we heard in the square before the announcement was that Omar Suleiman was going to take over as president. Little did they know that
I can totally see your dad saying that.
into this process. But actually, you know, I likened it early on in our little Fox Business ways to Mubarak making himself.
That's the reason why you drive the lump.
Yeah. But still,
it kind of sucks that you would think, wow, you know, now I don't have to drive to San Luis Obispo. Oh, I still do.
I'm vastly oversimplifying. But it's clear that folks aren't buying that. Not at all. Not after 30 years of his regime. In fact, funny enough, earlier tonight we've been following the tweets of
Well, it's the crazy thing about driving is as you get older and as you make the drive more often, those drives get shorter and shorter.
And he said, when this announcement and the rumors were going around that Mubarak was going to step down tonight, he said, don't speculate. Just wait and see. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. Santa Maria. I hardly ever even drive to Santa Maria. And as I get older, that drive is just a skip and jump, man. And I was surprised how close Pismo seems these days. Like San Luis used to be like far away. That was as far as we would ever go regularly.
Thank you very much, Ashley Webster. We can tell you about energy. You know, you might look at oil here, gas here. On this price alone, it hasn't really moved up a lot. But it has moved
right? Like, okay, do we have the tent and the emergency supplies, and we have our order picked out in case we all get stranded somewhere and have to eat someone. Sorry, Razzo. You're right, you're right. It would have to be a lane.
By the way, oil just moved up about $1 a barrel since Mubarak's speaking, saying he's now...
God, he even tastes fruity.
I'm very wary of more turmoil in that area. You know, we've talked about it quite a bit over the last 17 or 18 days. Suez Canal, one of the 4 or 5 major world choke points for oil, if that were to close. That was disruption in oil.
Oh, no. Geez, can you give me a one-sentence, non-spoiler version of what this newest one was? I might be behind an episode.
After all, it's the global world economy for oil.
No, okay, even no. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. The last one I saw was the first one where Sarah was with Volkov.
The Europeans get more of their oil via the Suez.
I'm behind. I think I'm.
Only sit there, not so large.
Yeah.
Make their way to us.
I'm just behind one, right?
Is that a leader for us? In other words, when the Brent oil goes, so goes oil here. You're hitting on the exact reason.
What day is that on now? What day is that on now? So there was one like 4 days ago? Oh no, we specifically didn't watch that one. That's right. Well, it was either watch a Chuck or watch a movie, and we had just watched a Chuck because we were too behind before, so we put it off until next time, and then we forgot about it.
What's going on in the Middle East? I bet my bottom dollar. I don't trade oil anymore. I used to, but that our oil, the oil we use every day, will start to make things move up. Remember, Neil, here's the way transactions work in every barrel.
Oh, John Larry Ketch is back. I loved his character.
And the sellers, the more aggressive the buyers, it goes up. The more aggressive the sellers, it goes down. Well, this turmoil in Egypt just scared the bejesus out of the sellers, so the buyers can be more aggressive pushing oil up, and that's likely what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. If you're on the hook for selling oil, boy, you don't want to sell it here if it's going higher. You're going to owe someone a lot of money.
That's funny. I'm still loving every episode, you know. I still have the same opinion where I'm getting a little tired of the show in general because I think it's a little bit running in circles. But that's just a general theme problem.